Welcome back! Today we're diving into the strangest dog behaviors out there. Dogs are family, but sometimes they act in ways that leave us baffled. From spinning in circles to humping the couch, their antics can be hilarious and confusing. Let's break down the top 5 bizarre dog behaviors you won't believe. Some of the reasons behind these habits are just as wild as the behaviors themselves. Let's get started. Alright, first up on our list of canine curiosities is a classic, the tail chase. You've all seen it. One minute your dog is peacefully napping, the next they've discovered this furry thing attached to their backside and it's an all-out war. It's like they suddenly realize, wait a minute, what is that? And why is it following me everywhere? It's their own personal built-in toy that they can never quite catch, which is both hilarious and a little bit sad, like watching me try to assemble IKEA furniture. For puppies, it's often just a game of discovery. They're learning about their bodies, and that tail is just a fascinating wiggly appendage to play with. It's like a baby discovering their toes, but way more frantic and with more spinning. But sometimes it's not just for fun. It can be a sign of boredom. If your dog isn't getting enough exercise or mental stimulation, they might create their own entertainment. It's their version of endlessly scrolling through social media, except it's a lot more athletic. So, if you see it happening a lot, maybe it's time for an extra walk or a new puzzle toy. Now here's where it gets a little more serious. In some cases, obsessive tail chasing can be a sign of a compulsive disorder, kind of like OCD in humans. It can also be a reaction to a medical issue like fleas, allergies, or an injury back there. So if your dog is chasing their tail non-stop and seems distressed, or if they're actually managing to catch it and chewing on it, it's a good idea to check in with your vet. But most of the time, it's just your dog being a goofy, self-entertaining weirdo. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, let's move on to behavior number 2. Picture this. You're in your beautiful backyard, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and your dog is mowing the lawn with their teeth. Yes, I'm talking about eating grass. It's so strange, right? You buy them the most expensive, grain-free salmon and sweet potato-flavored kibble, and they're out there acting like a cow. You just want to lean out the door and say, "Honey, we have food inside. Real food. You don't have to do this." There are a few theories floating around about this grassy appetizer. One of the most popular is that dogs eat grass to make themselves vomit when they have an upset stomach. It's like their own natural way of saying, "Ugh, I ate something I shouldn't have and it's gotta go. Where's the nearest patch of lawn?" The long blades of grass can tickle their throat and stomach lining, triggering the gag reflex. It's a little gross, but also kind of brilliant. They're their own little doctors, prescribing themselves a puke-inducing salad. But it's not always about an upset tummy. Sometimes it might be a sign of a nutritional deficiency. They could be missing certain nutrients, especially fiber in their diet, and they're trying to supplement it themselves. It's like when we suddenly crave a salad after a week of eating nothing but pizza. Their body is telling them what it needs. Other times, and this is my favorite theory, they just do it because they're bored or they simply like the taste and texture of it. I mean, I don't get it, but who am I to judge? I once tried a charcoal latte. So as long as the grass isn't treated with pesticides and they're not doing it obsessively, a little grazing is usually perfectly normal. Number 3 on our list is the pre-sleep ritual that looks like a dance move, the spinning. Your dog is tired, they've found the perfect spot on the bed, but they can't just lie down. Oh no, that would be too simple. First, they have to turn around in a circle. 1 time, 2 times, sometimes it's like they're trying to achieve liftoff. They spin and spin and spin and then plop. They collapse into a heap and are instantly asleep. It's like they're winding themselves up to power down. What is that all about? Well, this bizarre behavior is actually a throwback to their wild ancestors. Before there were plush doggy beds and memory foam mattresses, wild dogs had to make their own beds out in the wilderness. They would circle a spot to pat down tall grass, leaves, or snow to create a comfortable and level surface to sleep on. It was a bit of ancient canine feng shui, making the space just right. It was also a way to check for any hidden dangers, like snakes, insects, or any other critters lurking in the undergrowth. So, when your pampered pooch is spinning around on your 1,000-thread count sheets, they're not trying to mess them up, I promise. They are simply answering the call of the wild. It's a deeply ingrained instinct, a little piece of their wolf heritage shining through. They're also marking their territory with the scent glands in their paws, declaring to the world, or at least to the other pets in the house, "This spot is mine." It has been circled, it has been claimed, do not disturb. It's a cozy, safe, and totally instinctual habit. This next one can be a little spooky. It's late at night, the house is quiet, and suddenly your dog erupts into a frenzy of barking. at a blank wall, or the empty hallway, or just the air. You jump out of your skin, your heart is pounding, and you're convinced there's a ghost, an intruder, or at the very least, a very bold mouse. You look and there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. Your dog, however, is still on high alert, convinced they just saved you from an invisible monster. So, are our dogs seeing spirits? Probably not. But what they are doing is sensing things that we can't. A dog's hearing is incredibly powerful. They can hear frequencies that are way too high for our human ears, so that nothing they're barking at could be a mouse scurrying inside the walls, a neighbor's garage door opening 2 blocks away, or the high-pitched hum of an electronic device that we're completely oblivious to. They're not crazy, they just have superpowers. Their sense of smell is also off the charts. It's thousands of times better than ours. They might be smelling a stray cat that wandered through the yard an hour ago, or a raccoon that's hiding under the deck. They're picking up on tiny, lingering scents that are a whole world of information to them. So when they're barking at nothing, they're actually barking at a very specific something that their incredible senses have detected. They're just doing their job as the home's furry security system, and we should probably thank them after we've changed our pants. All right, let's address the elephant, or rather the dog, in the room. Behavior number 5. It's the one that makes you want to disappear into the floor when you have guests over. I'm talking about humping, whether it's your leg, a couch cushion, their favorite stuffed animal, or, the most mortifying of all, your boss's ankle. It's awkward. It's so awkward. You try to distract them, you laugh nervously, you say things like, "Oh, Fluffy, you are just so silly today, so much energy," while you're dying inside. First things first, let's get this out of the way. This behavior isn't always sexual. I know, that's what everyone immediately thinks, but it's often not the case, especially if the dog has been spayed or neutered. In many situations, humping is a display of dominance or a response to excitement and overstimulation. When a dog gets really worked up, like when guests arrive or during a super fun playtime, they don't know what to do with all that energy, and it just comes out as that. It's like a person who talks with their hands, but, with their whole body. It can also be a sign of stress or a plea for attention. If they learn that this particular action gets a big reaction from you, even a negative one, they might do it just to get you to notice them. It's a complex social behavior that can mean a lot of different things. So while it may be embarrassing for us humans, for a dog, it can be a way of saying, "I'm in charge here," or "I'm so excited I could burst," or even, "Hey, look at me." The best way to handle it is to calmly redirect their attention to a more appropriate activity like a toy or a command, and maybe hide the good couch pillows when company comes over, just a thought. And there you have it, 5 of the most bizarre, hilarious, and confusing behaviors that our wonderful dogs bless us with every day. From chasing their tails to barking at ghosts, it's clear that our furry friends are living in a world all their own, and we're just lucky to be a part of it. Understanding the why behind what they do not only helps us be better pet parents, but it also makes us appreciate their unique and quirky personalities even more. They're not just being weird for the sake of it. There's a reason for everything, even if that reason is my wolf ancestors told me to. Now I want to hear from you. I know you all have stories. What is the absolute weirdest thing your dog does? Is there a strange habit that I didn't cover today? Head down to the comment section below and share your stories. I want to read all of them. The funnier and weirder, the better. Let's create a whole community of people celebrating our wonderfully weird pets. Your story might just make someone else feel a little less alone in their dog-induced confusion. Thank you all so much for watching and spending this time with me today. It was so much fun. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more fun facts about our pets, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure together. Give your pets a big hug and a treat from me. Be kind to one another, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.